Griffin, how you doing today, first of all?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I get to talk to you. We get to talk about being all Met. How does that sound to your ears?
Sounds pretty good.
Heck yeah. Well, first of all, where were you when you found out? And then subsequently, who did you call to tell the good news?
I was actually in lunch when I found out, like at school. I was just on my phone, and then I saw I got a text, and it was like, you got all Met this year. Like my coach texted me, and then I just called my mom.
What was mom's reaction?
She was super excited.
Of course, you're a sophomore. Like most people go all 4 years and they don't get to be all Met. You got all Met in your sophomore year. What does that rank like your young, budding accomplishments?
I mean, it's definitely up there. It's like, it's been an inspiration, like ever since my brother got it, and it's just like been something on the list.
So now what was his reaction? Because now you've made all Met a family thing. So what was his reaction?
I mean, I haven't told him yet.
You haven't told him?
Because, I mean, I've heard that like I'm not allowed to tell anybody,
Well, yeah.
so I mean, other than like my mom and my dad and myself, like I don't think anybody else knows.
So what do you anticipate his reaction will be?
I think he's gonna be pretty excited. He's kind of like my mentor right now. So he's like giving me tips on my races and stuff, and like in the future like recruiting as well. So I guess when he sees this, he's gonna be like,
that's awesome.
Excited.
That is awesome. What's one of the things in swimming that he shared with you that you've actually held on to the most?
So funny story actually. When I first joined his group, I think I was in 8th grade, and we were kicking, and I was like swimming while I was kicking, which like you're not really allowed to do. And he screamed at me. He was like, "Stop stroking, it's a kick set." And so I wrote that on my kickboard just to remind me like every day just to like keep kicking, not like cheat the set.
I like that. I like that. See, it's part of, what would I call that, considered part of your pre-race routine?
Kind of.
What else goes into it?
Like usually I like pray before I race just to kind of like calm me down, keep my mind like clear.
Are you one of these racers that once you get in the water, like that's your happy place, that's your peaceful place?
Yeah, like it's peaceful, but it's also a fight. Like when I swim, it's always like trying to beat everybody next to me, like not in a like arrogant way, but like I like being pushed by the kids next to me.
How many races where you felt like that person really pushed me to my limit, but I'm glad I won?
I'd say in Metros, 100 back, I was next to Misha and Quinn, and they were really pushing me. I knew they were coming for it because they had some pretty good swims before, so I was like, yeah, they're going to be pushing me on this.
Obviously, swimming for you is a bit of an individual component, but you also participate in like the relay team. So team chemistry, how does that work with you and the rest of your teammates?
So the relays, it's a lot of energy, especially down at NCSA meet. It's like our Missy, we need all the points we can get.
Yep.
So we really try to hype each other up. Like behind the blocks in a relay, we're all like, there's no negative words. It's all positive. We're all trying to hype ourselves up.
What leg do you run?
So if it's a medley relay this year, I was the second leg. It's usually breaststroke. But I mean, I kind of do like whatever they put me in. So
I'm curious. You're a sophomore. All Met as a sophomore. What's next?
Hopefully all Met next year.
There you go. He's like, I'm just gonna rack them all up. I want to get away from swimming because you're more than just an athlete, you're a person. So what are your other interests when you're not in the water, when you're not thinking about swimming?
I mean, I like to play video games.
What's your game?
Fortnite.
I ain't mad at that. At all.
Also just like hanging out with my friends, kind of just, like we do a lot of stuff, even if it's just like getting food, just hanging out.
That's your jam. What's your food?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Sound like me. Might have to get a little, let's link up later on. When you think about this past season for you, moving forward, what are you going to remember most about All Met in your sophomore year?
Kind of like hold it to a standard, like kind of hold myself to that standard the next coming years, trying to like always, like, I mean, like you said, kind of get All Met again.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Now, you know in this world that there are things that happen every 4 years that have rings involved and some hardware that could potentially land around your neck should you qualify. Is that part of your dream and aspiration in the swimming world?
Yeah, it's definitely been a dream since day one to qualify for the Olympics. I definitely got some work to do to qualify. Last year was an Olympic year, so that really kind of set the stage for like the work that I should be putting in the summers.
Who is the model for you to replicate when it comes to accomplishing that goal?
Say, he's like from my club, Adriano Ariotti. He's been a really big inspiration for me. Also like my brother too. So like they're both in my club. Kind of like Adriano last year kind of took me under his wing, you could say, because I was always right next to him in the races. He's always like, I saw him the other week, he was giving me tips, he was texting me during NCSAs, like rooting for me.
Look at you. Things are moving forward in the right direction, Griffin. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All met as a sophomore. Remarkable.